Hello, welcome to this short yoga flow. And today's practice is going to be about inner strength and power. I'm going to give you affirmations around that. And yeah, we'll just get going. The only props you might need is a block. I've got two just for me when I change directions, but you can totally get away with one optional blanket for Shavasana or to sit on once we get to the floor. And other than that, you don't need anything else. So let's get going. We'll start here standing, and I've got my hips, knees, and toes in this alignment here. And I'm just going to move forward and back a few times, and then maybe even side to side. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to orient my weight to be a little bit more even on both sides. Now I'll come to center. And I should be able to feel all four corners of the feet. So if you don't, just lift up through the toes. You might even lift up a little bit through that arch and then lower the toes back down and see if you can keep that alignment. I'm just gonna roll my shoulders back. And let's do this a few times. Good. Good. And other direction. Really take your time, really roll the shoulders. And then from here, hands to heart center. Take a big inhale up, exhale. We'll bend the knees, come down. Go to where you can go, really pressing through the feet and the legs as you come up. But careful not to let the hips drop below the knees. And we'll come all the way up. We'll reach, 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 taking the hands together. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I did say we're going to do affirmations around inner strength and power today, but you can set your intention for whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you need to give or receive from this practice today. And then from here, once you have that set, good, we'll come up and we'll take those arms down. From here, I'm just going to rotate and I'm going to let my knees and my hips just move with me. And then when ready, good. Let's come back to center. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, left arm comes down. Get a nice little side bend here. Now be mindful of the side bend. My side bend, I'm keeping my hips over my ankles. So I'm not kind of coming out like that. I still want a nice long top arm as much as possible. And I'm avoiding this forward collapse. So that puts me into a rotation here. I want to be a nice lateral flexion here. Good. And then we'll come up and we'll go to the other side. Breathing and expanding. Remember, at any time, always come back to the breath. You can always come back to the breath and come back up. Reach and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go into a half sun salute here. Okay. So from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale, I'm going to bend and take a bow. Hands can come to a block or the floor. Good. Let the head and neck be free. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Good. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Good. So back is long. Hands can be to the block, the floor, the shins, or the thighs. And exhale, and we'll bend and bow. Good. From here, pressing through the feet and the legs, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, a mountain, and intention. Good. Now, first affirmation here is I have survived every negative experience in my lifetime so far. I have survived every negative experience in my lifetime so far. Big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, nice flat back. Lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to block floor, shins or thighs. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planing the hands. You can step or hop back to plank. Good. Now I'm going to do a modified flow here because I'm nursing a shoulder injury, but feel free to take that full vinyasa flow if in your practice You can modify with me, or feel free to skip that always and go right into a child's pose or a downward facing dog. But speaking of this downward facing dog, let's check in with form for a moment. So my feet and legs are about hip width apart. I'm pressing evenly to my big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm protracted into the shoulder, so I'm pushing away from the floor. They're away from the ears. Good. From my shoulders, I'm going to turn my inner elbows more towards the ceiling. That creates a stronger and more stable shoulder girdle. And we breathe. And from that down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing through the feet and the legs. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pardon me. I'm just going to take out these earrings here. I forgot to do that before I put in my earbuds. Apologies about the clanking noises. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, pressing through the feet. Exhale, and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's add on to that. Big inhale and we reach. Exhale, bend and bow. Okay. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen half. Exhale and bend and bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip the flow. Good. So always want to be careful not to collapse through the shoulders. Halfway down is all you need. And then finding your way to your down dog. From that down dog, left leg's going to lift 3-point. I'm going to bend that knee. Good. I'm going to push with that back leg to come forward. I'm going to step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. I'm going to bring in my block here, and I'm just going to use that block to help me find a little bit more depth with ease, a little bit more length with ease. So when I've got the power of a block here, I can get my knee a little bit more over that ankle with the ease and with less tension. Okay. Your back knee can lower at any time, but when you're ready, good. Right hand can come to the block or to the floor, opening up to the left. Good. If you're lifted, really press back through that heel. Try not to droop the knee. And exhale, hand's going to come down. Good. From here, left hand on the outside of the foot to a block or to the floor. Open to the right. And exhale, come down. From here, planting the hands. Front foot steps back. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Always coming back to the breath. Coming back to that inner strength and power. Right leg's going to lift 3-point from your down dog. Bending that knee. Pressing with the left leg and foot to bring you forward. Step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Again, I'm just going to use that block to kind of help me settle in here for a moment. Good. Back knee can lower at any time. And then once you're ready, good. Left hand can come to the block or to the floor. Open to the right. Inhale, exhale, hand's going to come down. The outside of the right foot, hand to that floor or to a block, find your length, opening to the left. Breathe, stay with the breath. And then we'll take that down. Good. Planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. Take a moment in your down dog. And from your down dog, let's drop to a child's pose for just a moment. Knees can come together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can let your arms long in front of you, or if you've got a shoulder that doesn't like that, you can always take the hands to the ankles here. Forehead to the floor or to a block or blanket. Make this a really active child's pose here. So can you jump, not jump up, but draw up, from the pubic bone to behind the navel, belly button in the spine. On the inhale, can you really expand the rib cage? If your arms are in front of you, can you walk the fingers forward just a little bit more, getting a little bit more of a stretch? And then from here, hands come under the shoulders. We'll come back up. And in the way that's best for your body, find your downward facing dog. Just taking a moment here. So if we've survived every negative experience in our lifetime so far, maybe we can also say, I have not only survived, but I have thrived. I have not only survived, but I have thrived. Reaching deep from within and thriving. From that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing through the feet and the legs. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, we'll rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, the mountain, your intention. Let's take this now into a sun salute beat. Sun salute beat. So I've also got a little bit of a back issue going on today, so I'm going to keep my feet hip width apart. If that doesn't apply to you, feel free to zip the feet and the legs together. So big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale, we'll sit back into chair. Good. So really zipping up through the front body, let the shoulders relax. If your arms can't come up, just take them where they can go. Good. And then from here, if your hip width apart, hips, knees, and toes, tracking that alignment. Try not to let the knees fall in or fall out. Now, if you're a little bit more open, maybe you can come into a full sphere here. Belly button is in. Still breathing. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip the flow. Good. And from your down dog, so we're going to go into something first. Some of you are going to come into wild things. Some of you are going to continue to follow me into a rock star. But left leg is going to lift 3 points. Bending that knee. Pressing through the right leg and foot open to the left. And come back down. Good. Now press one more time through that right leg. Good. Open here. This might be where some of you stay. Okay. Others are going to take it into the flip over into the wild thing here. If you're like, oh, I want to do that, but that looks a little scary. Good. Just lower down the right knee. You can use this foot as a little kickstand. Roll to your right side. Pick yourself up. And you're there to some degree. And then wherever you went, in the way that's best for you, find your downward facing dog. All right. Some of you are going to do that again, or just maybe hold that knee open. Others are going to take that into a rock star. So my left leg's going to lift. I'm going to bend. I'm going to open to my left. Good. Now from here, I'm going to swing. I'm pushing through that back leg a little bit here, and I'm coming through. And then from here, I'm just opening up. So this is rock star. You can be lifted. Some people need to be grounded with their rock star. You choose your star the way that you need to get there. And then when ready, good. In the way that's best for you, find your downward facing dog. All right, let's prepare for a crescent or warrior one. Left leg lift 3 point once more. Bending that knee. Pressing through that right leg to take you forward. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Good. So some of you will follow me in warrior one. If you've got sciatica or something like that going on, maybe coming up into a high crescent such as this is better for you. Otherwise, from that hip, we're going to turn out 45 degrees, pressing through the leg, and find your warrior one. Good. So come in a good warrior one form. Front hip's gonna come back, whether you're in crescent or warrior one. Watch that front knee. If it's bent, you should be able to still see your toes. And if you're in the warrior one, press back to the back edge of the foot. Okay, and zipping up here and relaxing through the shoulders. Maybe we want to take a little bit of a back bend. Remember, back bending comes from the thoracic, the chesty part of the spine, not from the lumbar. So there should be no crunching here. Inhale, exhale and reach. Good. Strong, slow, purposeful descent. I'm pressing back to that back leg as I come down. Planting the hand, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip the flow. I'm going to skip this one. Good. So to heal from my hurt, I must feel every emotion that I need to go through. To heal from my hurt, I need to feel every emotion that I need to go through. And then from here, we're going to do that all to the other side. So, yep, I'll just stay here. The right leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that knee, good, pressing through the right or the left leg, opening and close. And we'll open and close. And I already know I am too close to my wall, so I'm just going to move out a little bit here. Good. And then from here, this might be where you stay. Or again, you might take Wild Thing. Remember, you can always put that knee down, roll over to that side, and then come up, find yours. Breathe. Remember, you don't have to look like mine. And then in the way that's best for your body, find yourself back into your downward facing dog. Or maybe a child's pose. Good. And then when ready, we'll take that into the rock star. So the right leg's gonna come up again. I'm gonna bend my knee. I'm gonna open. Good. I'm gonna start the swing. I'm pushing forward with that left side, taking that leg through. And then again, good. You can be lifted or you can be grounded, finding yours. There's all different kinds of rock stars out there. And then from here, when you're ready, in the way that's best for you, find your down dog. And then we'll come into warrior. So right leg's gonna lift 3 points, bending that knee, pushing with the left to take me forward, step or really pick up and put that foot up there. And then you choose the crescent or the warrior. If you did crescent on the other side, I'm gonna encourage you to do it on this side just so that you train evenly. And same with warrior. Front hip's gonna come back and we'll reach. Strong through the back edge of the back foot. Stay with that breath. Feel your inner strength and power flowing through you. Maybe taking a little back bend again. And then from here, we'll come up. Good. Strong, slow, purposeful descent as you come back down. Good. Hands down. Swivel up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. And from that downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing through the feet and the legs. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. All right. Let's take this now into Prasarita. So I'm going to reset this block here. So I'm going to recommend that you take a block on each side of your mat if you have more than one. If you just have one, maybe have that, have it towards the left side first. But from here, good, I'm just going to step out wide. Good. And so a good rule of thumb And when you're stepping out, when you take your arms out, maybe the ankles and the wrists are in alignment here. So big toes are also in alignment here. So one foot's not forward of the other. And I'm pressing through the outer edges of the feet, so I'm not collapsing inward. Good. From here, when you're ready, pressing into those outer edges of the feet, getting into the legs, getting into the core. We're going to fold here. You can hold here for a moment, or you can take those hands down to the floor. Good. So wide leg forward fold. And from here, you choose what you would like. Do you want to walk your hands forward? Do you want to walk your hands back? Do you want to take yogi shin or yogi toe? Do you want to take the elbow straight back like what I'm going to do here and keep going? So nice long back. We're still pressing to the outer edges of the feet. And we're breathing. And relax the face and clench the jaw. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come back up. So I'm going to encourage you to come up here the way that you need to. So knees might be a little bendy. Maybe you walk the hands back up. Maybe you're really strong in the core and the legs and you can just come back up just like that. So get there the way you need to get there. So we're going to go to the left first. So left leg's going to be forward first. So I'm going to turn my left foot out. I'm going to turn my right leg and foot in. Good. So from here, making sure this is in place. Good. Coming into a warrior two. So my front knee is going to bend over behind that ankle. Good. I'm trying to feel my weight be a little bit more evenly distributed in both feet. My front hip is back. My back hip is forward a little bit. And without shifting the hips, I'm going to take my waist to the side and reach. Looking over those fingertips. Stay with the breath. Good. So from here, when ready, palms are going to turn towards the ceiling. Keep your gaze on that front hand. Lengthen that front leg, and we'll come up. Now, this is a little bit of a balance challenge here. You're starting to see me shake a little bit. The more you look up to the ceiling with the hand, the more of a challenge you'll have. Looking straight forward, the less of a challenge you'll have. So you take your gaze where you need to take it. Could you reach a little taller? Find a little calm. And then when ready, I'm still going to follow that hand. I'm being mindful of that knee as I come back into my warrior two. Palms come down. Good. And we'll take this into a triangle. So pressing through the back, I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen here. When I can lengthen no more, I'm going to take my hand to the block on the outside of the foot. And then I'm going to lengthen that front leg from here. Front hip is back. And then through the chest, I'm going to open to the side. So my shoulders are stacked, which means my hands are also stacked here as well. And then once here, you may not need the block anymore, or maybe you can play with a lower block, or maybe you can play with coming to the floor. Good. And if you can touch the floor with ease, note how I said with ease, doing all this bunching up stuff is not ease. It's also not good form. Just kind of find it where you need it. And then looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Good. We'll come back up, coming back through center. Good. Toes, knees, and hips are going to turn forward. Now, if you only have one block, go ahead and switch that to your right side. Bring that in just a little bit. Good. And we're going to fold here again. So big inhale, exhale, and we'll take it here. Good. And as we're here, how about I never pushed my feelings down or try to cover them up. I never pushed my feelings down or try to cover them up. And I think for everyone, that's easier said than done. But we can try that for our inner strength and power. We can try that. Good. So when you take this deeper fold, you choose. You can do the same one. You can do a different one. You can just take out here. I'm going to do a different one than I did before. So I'm going to take yogi toe this time. Good. Lengthening that spine. And belly button is in nice and tight. Always coming back to that breath. Relax the shoulders, but keep them away from the ears. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come out of there. We'll come back to the fold. Good, and then again, coming out of this wide leg forward fold in the way that's best for your body. Coming up or walking the hands up the leg. Good. Now we're gonna take that warrior and triangle to the other side now. So my right leg is gonna turn out to the right. Good. My left leg's gonna turn inward. Good. Front hip's gonna come back hip will come forward. I'll let that knee bend over behind the ankle, trying to find a balance in the weight of both feet. And then try not to shift the hips. I'll take the chest to the side and reach. Warrior two. You might notice you have a different alignment on one side than the other. I do. Nothing wrong with that. Just how we're made. And then palms up to the ceiling. Gazes on that front hand, lengthening that leg as you come up. All the way up. Good. And notice balance might be completely different on the side than the other. Remember, you can always look straight forward if you need to lessen that balance challenge. Stay with the breath. And clench the jaw. And then following that front hand, coming back to warrior two and palms down. Good. Preparing for triangle. Good. Pressing through the back leg. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen here. Hand can come to that block on the outside of the foot. Now I'm going to lengthen that front leg. Front hip is coming back. Good. And then I'm just going to open through that chest, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hands. And then you'll know, once you're here and you're stable, can the block be lower? Do you need the block today? Good. But keep lengthening the torso. Remember, this is not a forward fold here. Breathe. And then looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that knee, and we'll come back up. Good. We're going to heel toe everything, or hop it together, and coming back to the top of the mat. Good. I'll bring my blocks out of the way here. And we're going to flow to the floor and stay down. So from here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip the last flow of this practice. And once you've made it back to your downward facing dog, now drop those knees. Find a nice, juicy child's pose. Knees together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms long in front of you or hands back by the ankles. Breathe and expand. And knowing you can stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, good. I'm going to take hands under the shoulders. And then I'm going to come to a seat. Good. So we're going to take this now into Navasana boat pose. And we'll do 2 of these. And we're going to try to hold these for 5 breaths. And if you've got your block with you, just know that there's different things that you can do with the block to make this more challenging. You can press into the block, getting a little bit more upper body work. You can take the block between the legs, getting a little bit more inner thigh connection. Just know that there's different ways to do both. So from here, good. I'm going to do 2 boats today. I'm going to do a modified one and then a full one. So I'm going to start my modified one as a dock boat, if you will. My hands are going to come behind me. Good. I'm going to press into my hands. I want a nice long back. I'm drawing up and in. So you can kind of be here as toes on the floor. Or you can come right here. Drawing up and in, 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take that down, take the legs forward, good. And find your forward fold. Find the length with that fold. So what about I face my feelings, sit with them, learn and grow with them. I face my feelings, I sit with them, and I learn and grow from them. And then from here, we'll come back. Boat number 2. So you can do it the same way if you need to, or you can do that. Zipping up and holding. Good. I'll see if I can do this one today. I've been working on this one really, really hard. Good. And breathe. Woo. Trying to relax the shoulders. I'm zipping up nice and tight. And then take that down. I think I made it to 4 breaths, not 5, but that's better than no breaths at all, right? And then we'll just take that forward. And coming back up. Good. So from here, we're just going to do a basic twist. So I'm just going to do crisscross applesauce, but you can do whatever it is that you want with your legs. It's a big inhale. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to rotate to my left, taking my arms down, rolling my shoulders back, pressing into that left hand that's on the floor behind me. It's helping me get a little bit more length. Breathe and expand. So even here, could you soften through the shoulders? Soften and unclench through the jaw. Soft gaze. And then inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, other side. Pressing my right hand now into the floor behind me. Facilitating just a little bit more length as I twist. Breathing and expanding. So you always know if you're too deep into the twist, if the low back feels like it's cranking, or if you can't breathe, or expand the rib cage on the twist. And then coming up and coming center. We're going to come onto our backs now. So I'm going to take my hair clip out. Good. And because I'm not going into an inversion, I'm just going to go ahead and bring my folded blanket in as a pillow here, even though we're going to do some stuff while we're down here. And so once you come down here, good. Readjust your clothing as needed. You can take your feet as wide as the mat, zipping up for a moment, letting the knees go side to side, just kind of letting the back and the hips kind of settle just a moment. And then from here, once you're ready, good. We're going to go into a figure 4. So I'm going to cross my left ankle over my right knee. This might be your figure 4. You might use your abs to bring everything in. You might thread it through, find yours. Point the left toes to the left knee and the right toes to the right knee. And we'll breathe. Upper body's on the floor. And then when ready, we'll gently release. Now I'm going to stay in this figure 4. We're going to take this into a figure 4 twist. So I'm going to take my arms out. I'm going to let everything come over to the right. If figure 4 twist is not for your body, just undo and just do a basic supine twist. I'm also going to look to the left. Breathe and expand. Head back to center. One leg at a time, or using your abdominals to bring everything back. We're going to take this into a half happy baby. So you can grab yogi toe, the foot. And I'm just going to kind of come up here and then just kind of pull down. Good. So my toes, knees, and hips of my left side are facing away from the body. So I'm externally rotated from the hip. Your right knee can be bent or extended long. Your back will let you know what you need or not need to do. And when ready, we'll gently release. Here, I'm just going to take that leg long and then bring both knees back in. Figure 4 on the other side. Right side now. Find what works for you on the side. Find the version of it. Point your toes towards their own knees. Breathing. Good. What about, I find my strength through love. I find my strength through love. And then once ready, we will release. I also find my strength through faith. Many of you might as well. And we'll take this into the figure 4 twist, coming over to the left. Good. And looking to the right. And when you're ready, then we'll come back to center. Good. Using the abs, bring everything back. Good. And then from here, find the grip that you need for your half happy baby on the side. Good. Just gonna lengthen a little bit. Good. And pull. Good. So on this side, my left leg should not be long because I've got a little bend in it. So note how one side needs different things than the other. Just take care of it. Take care of yourself. Takes a lot of inner strength and power to honor where you're at and not plow through before you're ready. And once you're ready, good. I'm just going to lengthen that leg here. Good. And then we'll take this into a short Shavasana. So readjusting any clothing, you can let everything come long and flop open. You can come into constructive rest. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Just be in a way that you're comfortable and you're not going to be fidgeting around or anything like that. Really let the practice absorb. And the final thought I'll give you is I am strong and so very powerful. I am strong and so very powerful. And taking some deep breaths here. Using stillness or bringing the knees into the chest. And maybe a full body stretch would feel better for you. And whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, rolling over to the right or the left side, the side that works best for you in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Where we sometimes start our practice, but not in this one. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel. Palms train up, inhale, and we'll reach up. Touching the palms together. As we bring the hands down, we'll step the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you always find your inner strength and power. Namaste.